Good morning to day 100. Day 100 is quite an important day, one because I see it's 100. Today on the other side of the world, my brothers and sisters are going for a pretty awful day. So just a quick shout out to them to say, have a great day, thinking of you every minute. I'm looking forward to having a bit more of a close relationship with all three of you, or four of you, or five of you. But anyway, all that to one side. Have a great day. So, where are we? Is my $500 safe? I think you find it is definitely safe today. Been around and have a quick look what they did last night. That was it. We managed to get that bit there done. So that was meant to be blinded, DPM'd, pest treated, BRC, which is I'll show you, actually it's over there. It's the steel work that they laid down, steel work sheets. You can see there, all laying up. They were meant to be laid down on top, tied together, and then they were meant to be pouring that last night, which they clearly didn't get around to doing. So it looks like that might be done today, which definitely means we're not pouring until Monday. So this is the sheeting. Obviously that gets laid down and tied together, and obviously smocks underneath to keep it off the ground, and then they pour concrete on top. So yeah, still quite a bit of work to be done. So they were meant to be pouring both slabs today. There's zero chance of that happening, obviously. So we've still got the whole day and the weekend now to work on it. So they need to start getting the jet wash out, jet washing the actual the main base. Make sure to get all the salt off. Looks like the electrical guys are here as well, finishing off up there. So electrical, plumbing, more concrete. And that's where we are. 11:30. Let's have a look what's happened today, shall we? Hopefully the guys have all been busy. We're on site for a couple of hours. Land on the man. Let's have a look what the pit's looking like now. Come on, they've all been on it all day again. Let's have a quick pictures. Spin it round. There she goes. Oh guys. So it's getting there, the blinding that is. So they've got to do the whole surface. A little bit left. Tyson, what have you been doing? I thought you'd have this finished by now. You're not sweating enough, it means you're not working. On a serious note, I thought they would have this done by now, in all fairness. But anyway, sewage is laid. That's in case we ever do use this as a room, which isn't the intention at this present time, but so we're preparing this just in case. So as you can see, they've got the levels about where they're going to land up, put in electrics, sewage, showers, bathrooms, kitchens, put in the drainage and the water and the wastes and everything just in case. So as I say, an expensive if, but better be prepared. I was talking to the guys as well about what we're going to do about ventilation. I think we need to be putting some form of ventilation in here to ensure that the actual main house basement can breathe, because air's going to come through from the north and it won't get through this end. So we need to make sure we put maybe ventilation here and ventilation at the other end. We also might need to look at getting some form of ventilation on here, just so that this can breathe as well, because this is going to be a sealed box. So it's going to be essentially where you get that done. We have electricians and we have plumbers and we have steel benders all upstairs doing edits and amendments. So I'm going to go out and then have a quick look just in case they need any assistance or they're not doing things potentially as they should be. A bit of a balancing act. Okay, so bear with me wobbling away. As you can see, I'm actually, this is what I'm walking on. So obviously you've got to try and spread your feet across. So you've got the steel benders here, putting the columns and beams across the front. They've got to open up the staircase into the basement over here to try and get in there. As you can see, spare thing. Collins in the corner. Can't even see me. Collins standing over there keeping his little beady eye over. Melvin's the guy on the pink top. He's the he's the guy that owns the electrical company, so he's here making sure all the electric, all the conduits, etc., for what he's going to need are all in the right places. So a lot of his stuff is coming through here. As you see, lots of conduit, lots of holes going through to the floor. The mains is going to come from right over there where that lamppost is, telegraph pole, just diagonally across in through the basement and then come up into here. And then obviously it's got to feed also this unit here, this unit here, and this unit over here. And he's also got to go right over to the pump room, which is right over in that far corner there. That's going to be the pump room that feeds the pool. Does the circulation for that, but also feeds the pump to the main water house that's going to feed this house. So it's going to be quite an essential run of works, that's for sure. And obviously once concrete's poured, you're then completely restricted on what you can run through and what you can't. So that's why it's important to try and put some time and effort into it now. There's a bigger team of Rebar guys here, so I'm sure they're going to be working on, yeah, there's grinders over there. Look, so where the staircase is, for instance, they've now got to cut the rebar, fix the rebar to ensure that yes, it's been cut. Look, they've not finished it yet, but they're cutting through. The staircase is going to go all the way to that wall, across and then back again. And this will be a living room wall here, so there'll be a doorway on here that you'll go through and go straight down into downstairs. They've also got to edit the front, because the front has got a 2-inch drop where the bifolds will be. That's to ensure that when the rain comes in and hits the doors, there's a slight drop to ensure the rain doesn't force itself straight into the rooms. They missed that on the drawings, and as a result of that, they've got to edit that. And now what they're looking to do, obviously, is to take these rebars. So there's 2 columns here. There's one at the front and one at the back. That's one massive beam going all the way through. They're now going to take those rebars across all of this. So as you can see, they've got one going across here already. They've done the front ones, and all this now has to connect from here all the way across with Phil and his team's carpentry work. So let's get on top of here. Electrical, already putting electrics on here, marking out where electric's got to be run. Again, your man there, look. So that's going to go right across. And Phil and his team have already started boxing out over there as well, above the storage areas. So you've got the drops here where obviously the guttering around the pool's going to go, and it hires obviously for the bit that doesn't need that. So 13 inches of concrete on here, 6 inches on here. This obviously has been prepared as well. It's got to be hardened, because again, same thing, the pipe's got to be run across there. Concrete's going to go straight across as well. And then at some stage, you're going to say when it's all poured, as we said already, it will come right across here all the way down into where we are. So still shed loads to be done, but we are getting there. So an amazing opportunity to do something pretty special for my family and friends. So it's nice seeing it come together. 2:45. Just had a good old chat with me cousin Russell Huggis. Big shout out to you, big man. Just walking down to your 1-bedroom flat that you're going to renovate. The DPM's gone down. The wire, rebar is going down. Rast is on the way to tie it all together for you. Just about to put some smocks under there for you. We'll make sure they're 3-inch, don't get any damp. Your columns are in. Your beams are about to go above. And hopefully by the close of play, ideally 4 o'clock latest, we'll be pouring concrete. If concrete turns up, that is. I'm having a bit of an issue with materials and items arriving. More down to them not being ordered rather than them not being around. So anyway, that's the aim. The aim today is to get that finished off and get that poured, so that tomorrow we can start putting in the acros, obviously the sheeting, the formwork sheeting to go above, boxing in the columns, boxing in the beam. There's 1 beam now, not 2. And then obviously the full formwork sheeting right across the top, so that at some stage, ideally Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to start pouring on top. Tyson, get in the camera again, look. So anyway, that's the aim. So 3-inch smocks, more grids. we've got to get more of this sheeting in. Looks like we're running low on the sheet. I did ask them to make sure they got enough. After I asked, they better bloody have it. But anyway, these boys carrying the next one in. Probably one of the main aspects that's holding us up at the moment. Once that's done and we can get on with the columns and the formwork, as I say, the whole thing can come over. That mile's got to be taken up to the board height, all the way across to about there. So there's still a good foot of mile that's got to go in there yet, so I've probably got to order some more. Although we have had some deliveries, so there should be enough over there maybe. And then Phil and his boys are over there, still formworking up there. This has been finished off, and this guy with the red on his head is actually up there doing the rebar across the swimming pool area. So Tuesday, Wednesday is likely we could do it, but we do need to get this poured this afternoon so that the weekend could be all about formwork above. So I need to chase to ensure that that formwork has actually been ordered, because that is essential. It will hold up everything. So I will talk to him in a minute to make sure that has definitely been ordered and is en route. So 3:20. Gridding's all pretty much down now. The boys are tying it together. 3-inch smocks are in the background. So we'll have this off a 4x3-inch. Fingers crossed we'll be pouring concrete on here 4-5 o'clock. Once that's set, then we can obviously start using acros and support to try and go up. But everything is still quite heavily reliant on the concrete turning up, so fingers crossed it's going to come. 3:20 so far, we've had no confirmation, so we are still chasing. Okay, so 4:25. Smocks are in, steel's done. Now awaiting concrete. Apparently it can come, so we're waiting for that. That's all done, ready. We need over 100. They call them stilts here, but they're actually acros, we would call them. We need 100 more. There's already a good 100 in the basement as it is, but we're going to need at least another 100 as a support up the main floor. So I'm trying to show you what I'm talking about as I'm trying to walk across this steelwork in flip-flops. Health and safety. So we're going to need, underneath here, we need at least another 30 stilts to hold this up. There's a few down there at the moment, he says, as he's standing on top of it. So it needs about another 30. We need at least 30 to 40 in here. So the concrete's got to be poured first. The concrete's got to go off. Once the concrete's gone off, then tomorrow we can start laying all the stilts on here, put the formwork right across, build in the beam that's going to go from this rebar here across to the columns, box the columns in, and pour the columns separately. If they box that in now, then they could pour at the same time. As we said, that mile's got to be taken up to where the board is all the way along, so still a bit of work to do there. The rebar has started taking place up here, so they have a 3/4 inch steel going lengthways across, and a thinner steel, which I think they call 5/8, I think, might be wrong, going the other way. So lengthways is thinner than the other side, so the strength is needed that way. So it doesn't make any difference on the length, obviously it's the width that it's spanning. The reason why that one's deeper, as we've discussed, is that's got to be 13 inches of concrete, because the top 6 is going to house the actual drainage, 2 lots of drainage that are going to go all the way down and then aim that way and go around the pool. Hence the reason why there's a step difference there as well. So drainage all the way around the swimming pool, and because you're cutting through the best part of 6 inches of the concrete, you need another 6 or 7 inches underneath for strength. So the staircase has been cut out, which I took pictures of earlier. The staircase is basically now being housed in the walk-in wardrobe of our bedroom, which is technically the doorway into from the living room straight down. So it'll be a hidden door. I'll build it in behind a load of wood, so it'll be there functional, but you won't be able to see it. It'll be built in with all the architecture, all of the architrave and wood panelling. It'll be one of those sort of push open doors. that's the aim at the moment. So it's 25 past 4, 4 o'clock onwards in Barbados is just absolutely gorgeous. The sun is still late 20s, 28, 29, but it becomes palatable, i.e. you don't self-combust when you stand on it. So yeah, gorgeous time of the night. Friday, the guys normally get paid cash on site or check on site, so they're hanging around waiting for the owner to turn up to dish that out. And in the meantime, we are hoping concrete's going to turn up, so they're all getting changed and ready to shoot. And I'm now kicking arse trying to get concrete delivered, so I'm sure it'll go down like a lead balloon. But it's got to be done, so let's see what they say. Other than that, all this rebar here has got to be finished off. So I think Colin and the guys are aiming to try and pour for Wednesday. So it could be done, but again, still no plan. We need a plan. Otherwise Wednesday will come, it'll become Friday, and Friday will come, it'll become next Wednesday, and it just keeps on happening. We were meant to pour this basement ceiling, ground floor. We were meant to pour that 3 weeks ago. It'll actually be 4 weeks this Monday, and we still haven't poured yet. So, need to get a plan, Stan, need to get a plan. So, I'll report back and see how things go. 10 past 5, Managing Director's still not here, unfortunately, and no concrete either. But I've also been told that on the island, if people are delivering concrete at last minute in the evening, it's bad concrete from another part, so you're probably better off not taking it anyway. But again, I need to now find out whether that concrete is going to be here first thing in the morning. We can't afford to be spending another 3, 4, 5 hours waiting for concrete. We need concrete here 8:30 tomorrow morning to get that poured. Otherwise, it's just another day. The concrete not curing has a knock-on effect of us doing everything else. So we need to get it done so we have a solid surface to start building off of. So I'm going to try and hang around for another half an hour of my life. Just if I can try and meet the Managing Director to see if I can get some answers out of him. But it's starting to grow a little bit frustrating. So fingers crossed he'll turn up and we'll get some answers and we can move forward. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Another day in paradise. Day 100. Didn't unfortunately finish with the positivity I was expecting it to. But these things are sent to try us apparently, so let's keep on being tested and keep on trying.